What is up, guys? It is Riley Reviews back again with another video here. Today we are going to be talking about a little secret tip I wanted to show you guys about CCFL lightsabers that I feel haven't been talked about too much with the community, and I wanted to kind of show it to you guys and just give you guys a brief overview of what I think of them. Really powerful looking things. When you get them in the display, I'm telling you, they pop. But we're going to get into it. If you guys didn't know, Hot Toys normally have their regular lightsabers with battery powered, where it's very weak. It doesn't look as realistic as I personally have hoped for. And I researched about these CCFL sabers in my previous years. And I wanted to quickly give you an overview on if they're actually worth it, because they are a little pricey. So I will be offering you some pros and cons with these sabers. That said, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help the channel grow. We are about to hit 2,000 subscribers. We are on the brink of it. Massive shout out to all the support this year. It's been unreal, and hopefully this video helps you out today. But let's get to it, guys. Alright, so firstly I want to talk about what it actually comes with. So these sabers are USB operated. If you guys didn't know that, it's going to be wire hooked. It's not going to include any annoying batteries, any 5-second, 3-minute batteries that Hot Toys always include. So that's the first upside for having these sabers. Now, on top of this remote you see in the picture right here, you will also have your box and outlet. So you got to make sure that you guys have a power source near your actual display or figure you have, because the wire isn't too long. It gives you enough length to where you can kind of play with it or get it behind your display setup, whether that be DTOF, Moducase, Besta, everything. You know how it goes. But make sure you guys have an outlet near so you can plug it in. So this actual remote right here is how you control each of these sabers. You have modes, you can control the brightness, you can change the way they light up. It's actually really cool. You can't change the color, unfortunately, but you can have that prepared for when you purchase the specific one you want. And you obviously have the saber itself. So you have the saber, the wire, the actual outlet to plug it into. Sorry I couldn't show it all to you guys. It's actually behind my Moducases now, so I can't unfortunately get to how they look. And setting them up is actually very simple and pretty self-explanatory. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about how the functionalities work on these sabers themselves. Let's go. So as you can clearly see, I have the figures right here up and ready, the both left and right side, and as you can see, I'm pressing through the modes, and you can switch and make them into a flicker state, sort of luminous state, which is actually one of my favorites. It kind of looks like that saber is like lighting up like as it would in the movies, which is really cool if you speed it up quick enough, because as you can see here, I could speed up how luminant they go and how quick they go at the speed. So it's really cool. This remote's really handy. I wanted to also make sure to plug the person I bought it from. So it's a Facebook user that I've talked to for quite some time. He's a really great guy. I've bought, I believe, 2 to 3 of these sabers by him. He actually has really nice prices for what they are. I wanted to just showcase that to you guys. I believe one saber is going to be around $50 to $60. 2 sabers around 100 to 115. So like I said, are a little pricey. We'll get into that, but boy, I think they are totally worth it with what you're getting. And as you can clearly see, I'm having a blast just flickering through these lights, which is really unique. I didn't expect it to do this much functionality with just the little remote, but it's really cool, really useful. And things like this just make the price that much more worth it, because people walking into your collection seeing a flickering lightsaber, like, no one's gonna notice that in regular Hot Toys, the light ups they have, because they're very dull. They're not as strong. Hopefully with these new USB ones they are, but let me show you something even cooler. Alexa, lightsabers on. For people who have been following the channel for quite some time, you know that I love the voice-activated lights, and I have that set up with these sabers, which is so awesome and so unique. If you're interested in how to actually do that, I have a video specified for it. I'll put it on the top right for you to watch if you were interested. Now, okay, I've been talking a little too good about this. Let's start moving to the cons. Okay, so the first con I want to talk about is the actual look of these sabers itself. So if you guys can see, it is not going to be just like Hot Toys where it looks like the tip at the end is the same color. It's going to have a little block to where the light actually has to trap, because if you didn't know, these actual light ups are cathode lights. So they're not normal like button cell batteries. Like, it's an actual LED light shining through that. That's exactly why it is extremely bright, and you're able to match that realism from the movies. So if you're very OCD about stuff like that, then yes, I understand. But believe me, when you have it lit up, that's the last thing you're looking at, is that little block at the top of the tip of the saber, because it's so bright that your eyes will not even be attracted to it. It's gonna go all to the lightsaber itself. Believe me, when you get this in hand, it's not going to be as noticeable, but definitely something to think about. As you can see with the Vader, it was a little bit more worn out. That's mainly because actually my mom wanted to, embarrass me like she usually does, and left this thing on for a couple hours while I was at work, and unfortunately the tip kind of burned out. You guys, quick tip, make sure you don't leave these on for too long. You could actually break them and even cause a potential fire hazard. Just make sure you're very careful because they are very hot. So leave them on, show them off with your collectors or friends in the house, and then make sure to turn them off. Now, con number 2, which is pretty obvious, the noticeable wire. Now, if you guys didn't know, like I said, it is USB, so you're going to face a wire. Hot Toys, now with their new ones, we're going to have to see wires nonstop if you want to leave these things on. Just letting you know, it is somewhat of an eyesore for me. I don't really mind as much because if you have it around a black background, it kind of stays hidden. Don't notice it as much. The Anakin a little more because it's obviously hiding on that top left. I unfortunately had to hook up the Moducase to have an opening on the top rather than the regular bottom. With the Darth Vader, though, you could rarely see it. It's on the bottom right of my Moducase. But to wrap up the cons, you're going to have that noticeable wire. You're going to have that little block on the top of your sabers, but I really don't think it's that big of a deal. And limiting how long you can keep these on, I'd say leave them for 30 minutes to an hour at most. Don't push it beyond that. Now let's move on to the pros and my conclusion for the video. Now guys, we're talking about pros. Look at this right here. No lights on, nothing else other than the lightsabers themselves. And look how much they're popping in the actual cases. They're almost filling it with the blue and red. It's pretty insane, the actual power of the lighting. That's the first thing I'll say. They hold no testament to Hot Toys. It's way better when it comes to the lighting. I mean, there's no even comparison. I can show you guys a photo of a Hot Toys one lit up. There's no comparison. It's way better. Looks like an actual 6-scale version of a lightsaber lit up, like in Star Wars. It's pretty awesome, so I'd say that's a huge plus. Another plus is the remote I showed you where you could actually change the levels and modes you want, the brightness, a lot of functionality with this, so I'd say that's another huge plus. And look at that. With everything lit up, your eyes are still going to those sabers. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see the Hot Toys ones without the light up. It's a total game changer in my opinion. Now, I totally understand why this wouldn't be for you. These are expensive. It's obviously not going to be your occasional like $15 thing, but for $55, which I believe some people sell single ones for $100. This guy I've talked to sells them for about $50 to $60. I think that's worth the price of admission, personally. I mean, you get a lot of cool things. It's very unique. It's going to pop in your display. I definitely recommend them. I wanted to make this quick and short for you guys, so if you guys did enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Had a lot of fun doing so, and hopefully you're enjoying the new look of the display. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and also the sabers themselves. Are you interested in them? Have you seen these before? Does the price kind of steer you away? Drop them all below, as I always like talking with you guys. But again, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.